Hello, welcome to today's presentation. Today's presentation is changing my business. Um, it's going to change yours for the foreseeable future. It's going to change it for the better, and this is something, no matter what you're doing, needs to be handled. It's called reputation management, and then we're going to further take it into reputation marketing, and that's actually the act of marketing your five-star reputation. If you're like most business owners, you want more reviews. My name's Keir Anderson with Digital Red Zone, the digital marketing experts. We, I'm a, I've been doing SEO and web design for over a decade. I also own two small businesses in town. I have a pressure washing company and a small auto body repair shop. And for us, one of the biggest hurdles in business is how to get that review. We ask, we nag, we get a couple. With my clients, through our web design and search engine optimization, through our clients, probably every meeting I get asked, how do we get more reviews? So I've searched a long time for a solution to this problem. And I'll be honest with you, I am super excited we got the solution. And it's so simple. So in today's presentation, we're going to talk about reputation management, reputation marketing. Now, we all want more five-star reviews. And again, the million-dollar question is, how do you get them? We ask and ask and ask some more. No reviews show up and your head is sore. Now, that's my reputation marketing poem. Somebody liked that. Good. You just feel like a nag some days. You're so happy the customer keeps coming back. You're so happy for the repeat business. And you ask for their good review, and they say, yes, you did great. And they say, I'll leave one. I promise this time. And it just doesn't show up. The process is just too difficult, or they just don't have the time. Again, we've solved it. We got a solution, and you're going to love it. Hopefully, you're going to love it as much as I do. It's changing our business. To add to the frustration, though, the first time you have a minor mishap, you may have done nothing wrong, that negative review shows up. Customers are looking at your reputation online before they do business with you. That's a fact. How you handle negative feedback is very important. People are understanding enough to know that you're not going to have 500 reviews and you're going to have 0 negative ones. Unless you use our system, that's a possibility. But if you're going to have some negative reviews. Some people are going to be upset about something at some time, every time. And so how you handle that negative review is so important in the eyes of the consumer. How'd you handle it? Did you try to make them happy? If you did, they're okay. So, what is a business owner to do about their online reputation? We want the 5-star reviews. We want to manage the negative reviews. And we get from our clients all the time, oh, we have great reviews. Then I go look at them and they're 2 years old. And I just want to let you know that in the eyes of a potential customer, in the eyes of the consumer, not having current reviews is just as bad as having negative ones. Why haven't you been getting any new reviews? These other guys that I'm looking at doing business with have they got new reviews. Their reviews are current. Why are yours 2 years old? What has happened? And so we want to manage our reputation. But that takes time, and it's complicated. And there's so many places they can leave reviews. Well, we've got the solution to the problem. But let's first talk about why you need a great 5-star reputation online, other than the obvious. Nielsen has done some research into this. You've heard of Nielsen. They track media outlets, TV, radio. So Nielsen has done some surveys, and they have found that not just with price and availability and how well your website looks, your reputation is actually more important. In fact, they have found that if you're in a price war between two people and you're a little bit more expensive and the other person's a little bit cheaper, your reputation is perfect, they're choosing you over the others. It's that powerful. It is that powerful. And we've seen it with our clients. We've seen it with a limo service that when we focused on their reputation, people weren't price shopping as much. They were saying, I want to book you. I want to use you. You have the best reviews. We want to use you. How much do you charge? And for a business owner, there's no better song to hear. There's no sweeter words than to take the price war out of the equation. Even if you take the price war out of the equation for 3 of every 10 potential customers, it's huge. It's huge. And it lets you to charge for being better at what you do. And your reputation allows that. And it's just so key. So, your reputation, Nielsen found that 2 out of 3 adults are actively researching companies' reputation before they do business. It is, according to Nielsen, it's been recognized as a fundamental business asset. Your reputation is a fundamental business asset to your company, and that makes sense because it's taking out the price equation in some instances. It's allowing you to charge more for being the best. So having that reputation fundamentally changes your business, but it's an asset to your company. And so you need to manage something that's an asset, right? You can't let an asset sit and gather dust, and you can't do nothing. So everything you do to market your business will be directly affected by your online reputation. We should all be doing something to invest in our business, right? If you're doing business just word of mouth, which, by the way, even word of mouth is they're gonna hear about you in the grocery store. They're gonna go Google you and learn how well you do business and what people think about you. But we should all be investing in something to drive traffic to our company website. Whether you're doing Facebook ads, social media marketing, whether you're doing sponsored PPC listings, whether you're doing organic search engine optimization, we do this for all our clients. Even with all of this, if they're ranked number 1, they are still getting their reputation researched. They'll be ranked number 1. They'll get the click to the site. They'll get the call, and then they'll get looked at, and then they'll make their buying decision, their purchasing decision. So this is rapidly becoming the most important thing you need to do with your digital media, is managing your reputation online. No matter how you market, and again, I said that includes word of mouth, potential customers are going to look you up and they're going to trust what they see online. 88% of buyers, now I didn't know this. This blew my mind when I found this out, but 88% of buyers, they trust reviews as much as a recommendation from a friend. And this has changed just in the last few years as, Yelp and Google and these other places have done a really good job to make the reviews legit. Now let me tell you, there was a time when people would offer incentive for reviews. Do not do that. It is a FTC violation. If you have a review, whether it's for a product or a service, and you have provided an incentive to leave that review, it needs to be listed on the review that it was a paid promotion. If not, you're in violation. 96% of consumers, according to another survey, use reviews to judge a business before even purchasing. So that stat alone, look, you got to do this. You have to be managing your reputation online. And when you do manage your reputation online, you'll be able to market it, and we'll show you how. How many reviews do you need to be trusted? According to various sources, is 10 to 15. But again, even more important than that, they need to be current. They need to be recent reviews. 10 to 15 reviews 2 years old are worthless. And that was a silent pause for this graphic because I think it's fairly self-explanatory. Who would you use? Look, we're all going to use the 5-star person, even if they're a little more in price. We're going to use the 5-star company, especially for something like tree service here. They can do a lot of damage, so you want to, you definitely, and especially for higher ticket items, things that people are paying more money for. The reputation again becomes even more important. So this is time consuming. It's hard. It's hard to implement. You don't want to get in trouble doing it. We saw in years past competitors' websites would have 100 reviews that they paid somebody $5 in Singapore to do. The English on them was bad. They weren't real. We want real reviews. We want a real reputation management campaign, and we want it to work. But it's hard, and it's time consuming. So, what should we do as a business owner? I mean, I struggled with this for years. Well, now I'm telling you, we've got the solution, and you can relax. We solved the problem. We've got a streamlined system, a strategy to get them that works effortlessly. So our solution's simple. Here you're seeing a slide of a dashboard. And this is a dashboard all our customers get. And this allows you to track and monitor all your reviews online. It has training videos for you and your staff to be able to use the dashboard. It's not very complicated, but again, we have training videos to show you how to implement the stuff. Now, this dashboard is going to transform your business. This dashboard is not only going to track and monitor your reviews so you can see what we're doing for you is working, but it's also going to be a central hub for your marketing efforts going forward as we capture your customers' and clients' data. We're going to be able to have their email, we're going to be able to have their name, we're going to have their phone number, and this dashboard is going to allow us to export that data to other software solutions that allow us to send out a promotion or an email blast for a newsletter, because you need to be in front of your customer more than you think you do. So here it is. We create a 5-star sign-in strategy. I'm going to say sign in like a million times because I want to pound it in. See that tablet? This is as simple as a strategy can get. All you need to do is get them to sign in. So every business needs a customer list, like I just mentioned. You need their email, you need their phone number, you need their address, and you need to be able to contact them and stay in front of them throughout the year. Because a new customer costs way more than an existing customer. Repeat business costs your company less, earning you more profit. Without a customer list, if you're not doing this, or if you're not managing this and you're not using it properly, you're going to be dead in the water because your competition will. I've seen it in pressure washing. We had a competitor doing a really good job with a newsletter, and it got me off my butt to up our game because we are only going to wash somebody's house maybe once every 2 years, so we have to stay in front of them. They're going to forget about us within a week. And if they're not going to use our service for once every 2 years, hopefully once every year, but the average is once every 2 years, we're dead in the water. So you need that list. This sign-in strategy creates this list. Remember these. This is an old sign-in strategy where you had the fishbowl and the business cards. The problem was that nobody ever took the data out of the fishbowl. They never took the business cards and input the data into a spreadsheet and used them again. They would simply just pull out a business card and then send them the coupon or send them the prize, and the rest of it fell by the wayside. It was just too much work. It was too much work. I remember going to trade shows and having baskets of business cards and looking at them and saying, I'm going to get to those next week. And I threw them away. For a while, I kept them in this pouch. So I held business cards, and I looked at it years later, and I was like, I don't even know, how many of these people still exist. It was a waste of effort that I did. It was a good idea. It's just very hard to fulfill. Our sign-in strategy was going to allow you to use this at trade shows. It's going to allow you to offer promotions. Now, again, we're not offering an incentive for a review, but we can offer an incentive to sign in, which is the key, which then we can offer promotions later on to remarket our current clients. Many businesses still use these. I used one of these the other day, and it was funny because we're in the digital age yet we still have notepads and pencils with sign-in forms. And again, to hire somebody at $10 an hour and to have them input it into a computer and then go, you're killing yourself. You're spending money on stuff that you don't. It's a waste of capital allocation. It's a waste of resources. And so we have transformed the paper sign-in form We've made it, you can sign in through a computer, you can sign in through a tablet, you can sign in through a smartphone. We have a number of ways to achieve the goal. We just want to get them to sign in. Remember, your potential customers are not going to trust your business without reviews. And not having current reviews is as bad as a negative one, which I mentioned earlier. So we want to capture their data, and we want them to get them to leave reviews. That's our goal. So that's what this strategy does. It's simple. It's so powerful, and I want you to understand the words, please sign in, are going to transform your business forever. It's transformed mine. Please sign in. When they sign in, when they go to the auto shop, now we have a record they were there. A hard record that they had signed in for us to perform work. We also capture their data so that we can send them special, brake specials, oil change specials, that kind of thing later on in the year, so we can generate more activity. And it costs us nothing to generate that activity, which we'll go into. Pressure washing. When they go on site, I now know when the guys show up to do the work. I get an alert saying somebody signed in. I know they were there. I know it's been done. Not only that, it just looks professional. Please sign in. Please sign in before we do some work. It just looks professional. It makes you look better than the guy who kind of just shows up with a holy t-shirt and starts spraying your house with water. So we're going to place your reputation management, your business's reputation management, on autopilot by using this sign-in form. So getting your customers to electronically sign in before you work with them is going to transform your business. Using a tablet or smartphone or even a computer, you're going to get them to sign in. Our 5-star sign-in strategy is going to do the rest. The customer's data is going to be saved in the dashboard on the previous slide. Now, this database is going to allow us to do so many things to market your business. And whether it's through promotions or a newsletter, it's going to market your business. But not only that, when we get the 5-star reviews, which we will get, it's going to allow us to market your 5-star reputation. So not only are we going to get the 5-star reviews, we're going to be able to use video, we're going to be able to use social media, and we're going to be able to use email to let people know that you're getting the 5-star reviews. So how does it work? So we get them to sign in, we perform the job. The customer's going to be sent a customer feedback message. Now, if you go to a hotel, any hotel, if you call your cable company, you do business with any of the big boys, you're going to get an email message or a text message saying, hey, how did we do? Well, there's a reason they do that. And up until now, it's been too expensive and too time consuming, honestly, for small businesses like myself and probably like you to do. It's just been, to fulfill it, to get it to work, it was just too much. But we made it as simple as possible. They sign in, we do the work, and then they get a message. Hey, would you recommend us? Now, if something goes wrong and they say no, we're going to direct them to a negative feedback page where we're going to ask them, we can customize these questions any way you want, but we're going to ask them what went wrong, who was involved, and how can we make it right. We're going to proactively take on negative feedback head on. Now, if done properly, this can eliminate negative reviews from showing up online for your company, or at least a large percentage of them. I mean, if they're so mad that even after you've tried to take on the problem, they want to leave a bad review, well, let's be honest, there's nothing you can do. Most of them you'll be able to make happy before they go online to leave that negative review. This is powerful, and this is proactive. And again, it's automated, and it's simple. So when they say yes, what happens? Well, when they say yes, the customer's instantly going to get a choice to leave a review on their most popular apps that we choose, or you choose, that you want them to leave on, so that we can have reviews showing up on the various platforms. You know, most everyone's going to have a Facebook app on their phone. All of your Android users are going to have a Google app on their phone, but they may have a Yelp app or a Yahoo app. Or we can direct them to other review sites, the BBB, things of that nature. So when they say yes, they're going to be directed to say, tell us how good we did. And they're going to automatically be able to sign in through the app on their phone and leave that review. So they're not going to have to go log in. They're not going to have to go remember to do it. It's being put in front of their face. Hey, do it. Now, if they don't respond to the message, we'll send them a reminder. And we're only going to send them a couple because we don't want to annoy the customer, and we don't want to make it a negative experience. But they may get the message in the middle of something, and they just don't have time. That's fine. So they'll get another one. Now they have opted into these messages, so it's not a problem that we're not allowed to be sending these messages. We're all compliant with all the rules and regulations regarding this. If they do not want to be sent a text message, in the sign-in form, they're going to click a button saying, I don't want it. And we're not going to send it. Again, we're not going to send messages outside of business hours. So we're going to choose the amount of time after the job's completed. So if that amount of time falls after business hours, they'll get the message the next day. This is huge. This is going to allow you to know how your company really is doing. And, if you ask people, how did I do? A lot of people are just going to say yes because they don't want to be rude. This takes a lot of that. It automates the process, makes it simple, but you're going to find out. And it's going to make you better at what you do with that feedback. It's huge. I mean, companies spend millions of dollars to do customer surveys, customer research. How are we doing with our customers? You're going to have this as a small business owner. And it's very, very simple, and it's very affordable, as you'll see. That's why I'm saying sign in is going to transform your business. So we're seeing that almost 50% of the people that are clicking through are leaving a review, which is huge. You're doing business with how many people a week? Half of them, we get them to leave reviews, and we keep this up continually. Who's going to have the best reputation in your area for what you do? It's going to be you. So when people are looking up who has the best reputation before I do business with them, who are they going to do business with? They're going to do business with you. Again, we're already seeing this. With a client, that limo service client we had, they are not priced. They're just calling him now to book. The how much does it cost is happening less because they're saying, you have the best reviews, we want to use you. This is so powerful. This is using technology the right way. It really is. It's using technology to help the small business owner compete with the big boys. And again, so we send the follow-up messages if they don't, but not too many. We don't want to be rude. And again, we don't do it outside of business hours. Nobody wants to get a text. You don't want to send them a text message or an email saying, how did we do? And they're in the middle of dinner. They're not going to answer. So we are mindful to follow all the rules and regulations with these messages, obviously, because that makes it more effective for you. So our sign-in strategy replaces the old sign-in clipboard. It replaces the fishbowl. You can use it at trade shows. It works great at trade shows. It replaces the registration form at trade shows. The Enter to Win contests and the VIP client sign-up forms are all history. It's all automated now. It's all simple. All you do is get them to sign in, which takes them all 5 seconds to do. So using our strategy, you're going to build a great customer list. You're going to have the best reputation in your niche online. You're going to increase the chance someone is going to use your business because of your 5-star reputation. You're going to increase the amount of business you do later as we market your 5-star reputation. And that customer list is going to allow us to market to them using email for promotions, special prices, for times when you know your business is slow, and to allow you to stay in front of your customer the number of times needed throughout the year. Years ago, you needed to stay in front of your customer 5 times a year. A year so after that, it became 9 times. Now it's 15 to 30 times. And so that's why Digital Red Zone, we have something called getting our clients into the red zone. So we want to coordinate the social media, their search engine optimization, their web content, all right, their conversion content on their website to drive business, with their reputation, their email marketing, all gets coordinated very simply and easily. The business owner doesn't have to do anything. It's managed for them. And it exponentially increases business. Because one feeds into another, which feeds into another, which feeds into another. Too often we're seeing people use 5 different people for 5 different things, and none of them are coordinated. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. As a business owner, that's wasting money. I've seen it with my own eyes. But first, we want to make sure you have the absolute best reputation in your area for what you do. Then you can get into the other things. But this has to be managed first. It's shown that a half-star increase, and this was Cal Berkeley's study, I believe. It was a half-star increase in reputation was shown to increase the business for that business owner by 19%. 19%. That's a lot. It's something that I can remember years ago not caring. Oh yeah, we'll get reviews, blah blah blah. The key was get in front of the customer. Well, it's still the key to get in front of the customer, but you can't get if you get in front of the customer, you don't have the reputation to match it. You're doing no good, and you're spinning your tires. So here's what we're going to do. You saw the dashboard we put together for you. So we build the custom feedback dashboard. We manage and create your sign-in form for you. All you have to do is have it. We'll put it on a tablet. We'll put it on a smartphone. We'll put it on a computer. All they got to do is click, sign in, boom, done. From there, we've written all the email and text message campaigns. All right, so all the messages, all that material is already written for you. We write the thank you campaign so that you can say thank you to your customers after you've done business with them. And thank you when they leave when they leave you a review, you better say thank you. I mean, that should go without saying, but we're too busy doing business and sometimes forget about the subtleties of doing business, which is a simple thank you. This is all automated for you. We even wrote the email apology campaign so that if we encounter negative feedback, we can meet it at the source, we can head it off so that it doesn't escalate, and so that we can keep those negative reviews from showing up online. Again, using that negative feedback page we've created for you. We install analytics and tracking so we can track all the new reviews. We have analytics showing where the reviews are mostly going, what time of day are they showing up, and it just allows us to better diversify your reputation online. That's more for us than you. It's there for you to see, but we actually do use it to diversify your reputation online through different sources so that we can maximize its potential. All right. So we connect that sign-in form through an email program and through a text message program, which complies with all the legal ramifications of doing so we don't encounter any trouble. And we manage this entire campaign for you. We set it on autopilot. You log in. You provide us feedback, give us ideas. What other things can we do? We manage it for you, and we make sure it's a success. Okay, and we are so excited about this product. I'm excited about this product for my own businesses. It's already helping. It's already transforming how we do. And I'll be honest with you, it feels great not to be a nag, asking people for reviews all the time. So you're probably saying, oh, it sounds great. What does it cost? All right. Well, what does it cost to do this yourself? It would probably cost you 2 days a week of work. So whatever you earn working, it would probably cost you 2, maybe 3, depending on how proficient you can get at it, to manage all this stuff. And that's why it hasn't been done. Let's face it. That's why I didn't do it with a couple of my companies. It's why you haven't managed it yourself. You don't need more things to do. We have plenty to do. What will it cost your business if you ignore your reputation while your competition doesn't? What will it cost you? It will cost you business. Simple. Somebody who's managing the reputation, has a strong reputation, markets a reputation, is going to do better in business than somebody who doesn't. All the data points to it. We have a simple solution to it. It's very affordable, and we are offering a beta test on that. And in order to to get the discounted price for this beta test, it's real easy. You got to talk to me, Keir Anderson with Digital Red Zone. And I've got my cell phone here on this presentation, so you all can call and we can set up a time to meet and we can go over it further so I can answer your questions one-on-one. While we do automate this process and while we do manage this process for you, if you're looking for a vendor, there are very expensive vendors out there that charge way more than we do, and they will be happy to vend. We're a partner. We're going to be your partner in reputation. We're going to make sure that we meet all your goals, that we keep the campaign always doing better, and that we work with your business. It's just too hard to do it as a vendor. I don't know how other companies do it other than charging so much, because as a vendor, they're going to lose you. All right. I want partnerships with my clients, which is why we're doing this. I'm doing this personal consultation with all our clients. You're not going to get this without talking to me. Even if you've talked to one of our sales staff, I'm going to meet you. We're going to get to know each other. I'm going to look at your reputation now. We're going to put a campaign in place, and we're going to get it started, and we're going to transform your business. And like I said, I'm a small business owner, and I wish I had this system 10 years ago, because I wouldn't be on this call right now. That's how powerful this is. Had I had this 10 years ago to do, I can't imagine how exponentially larger and more profitable my businesses would be right now. Because all the data points to it. All the data points to it. Your reputation is everything online. No matter what you're doing to market yourself, whether it's word of mouth or paid advertising, even if you're doing TV or radio, they're going to Google you and they want to see your reputation. So we've got a system that works. We got a solution that's simple. Sign in, sign in, sign in. All you have to do is take action. Call me, 803-210-7748. That's my cell phone. Call me, introduce yourself. We'll get to know each other, and we're going to put you on a path to success. I really, really hope you all have enjoyed this presentation. It is way longer than I wanted it to be. And I left out a lot as far as data. I didn't want to overburden you with data. To recap, it's simple. They sign in. We automate a process to ask them how you did. We capture their data. We get reviews. And we use their data in the future to further market them. It's exponential growth. And if you give me a call, we'll go over the beta tester pricing and take it from there. Yeah. Do we have to know? No, you don't have to know any coding. No, you don't. You don't have to go in there and manage it. It's not something else you have to do. We manage it for you. We provide the dashboard so that we have something to be accountable to. Same with our search engine optimization. We provide reports, and most of the time they don't read the reports. They say, my phone rings, we know you're doing what you need to be doing, and that's fine. But we want to have a dashboard for you and your staff, just so we have something to be accountable for. I mean, this is it either works or it doesn't. The proof's in the pudding. It'll be right there in front of us both. We're really excited about this product, and this is a game changer, and I look forward to hearing from you. So hit me up and schedule a time to meet, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.